Bloodlace in Verona, Part 2. The Mask of the Crow. The moon rose like a blade over Verona, sharp and silver, casting cold light across the empty courtyards of Palazzo Belladonna. The jasmine had withered, the fountains ran red with rust, and in the bedchamber Countess Serafina, Belladonna, sat awake, wrapped in her shawl, holding the broken mirror shard like a dagger. The 5 masked figures had not returned since the night she opened the door below, but she could feel them, smell the metallic sweetness of their breath, hear the soft scrape of velvet shoes on marble, even when she was alone. The masked, the black crow skull was gone. She had dropped it, fled, but it had followed. Every mirror now showed it perched somewhere behind her, still and watchful. In one, it sat on her shoulder. In another, it hovered near the ceiling. But always it stared, and every morning another letter appeared. No wax seal, just paper wet with red. You wore red, you looked into the eye. Now the eye looks into you. The 5th mask is yours. Do you remember what you did on your wedding night? Serafina stopped eating, stopped speaking. She spoke only to her journal now, scribbled thoughts in Latin, old prayers, half-remembered nursery rhymes. She no longer trusted the sound of her own voice. It echoed differently. On the 7th day after the mask, the cook was found dead, mouth sewn shut, eyes missing, a red lace ribbon tied around her neck like a choker. The word confession was scrawled across the kitchen walls in what looked like ash, pour, soot, or something worse. Serafina took the old carriage keys and drove herself into town, something a woman of her class would never do. But she no longer cared for rules. The palazzo was changing, breathing. At the cathedral, she demanded access to the catacombs. She showed the bishop the letters. He turned pale, refused. So she returned at night and bribed a gravedigger. Beneath the altar, in a locked stone chamber, she found them. 5 wooden coffins, nailed shut with silver, and next to them a 6th, still open, empty, hers, the crow's mask. She fled, but not fast enough. From the dark, something followed, silent, a shuffle of silk, the faint sound of wind chimes. A gloved hand brushed her back as she climbed. She didn't turn round. Back at the palazzo, her hands wouldn't stop trembling. She tried to burn the last letter. The fire went out. She tried to drown the mask. The water turned black. She tried to leave. The gates would not open. The staff had all gone. She was alone in the house again, but it no longer felt like hers. The furniture had changed positions. The portraits blinked when she walked by. The violin in the music room now played itself every night at the stroke of 3. Her journal entries became frantic. It's not Ludovico. It never was. He was taken, swallowed, replaced. The masks are not for disguise. They are prisons, faces for the faceless. There are 5 masks and a 6th, the crow, the judge, the mirror, me. That night she awoke to find herself in the ballroom, still in her nightdress, feet bare. But she was not alone. Masked figures lined the walls, more than 5 now. Dozens, each one frozen, watching. The chandeliers were aflame with blue fire, and in the center of the floor, a mirror, not on the wall, on the ground. Within it, she saw herself, only not as she was. This version of Serafina wore a red lace gown, eyes dark as pitch, blood on her lips. Then it blinked and smiled. The mirror shattered. The masks clapped. She turned, damned. Standing behind her was Ludovico, but not him. His skin was too perfect, too smooth. The eyes glowed faintly gold, and from beneath his collar, feathers. "Welcome back," he said in a voice like wind through graveyard reeds. She ran, up the stairs, down the halls, past the chapel, now filled with red candles and strange symbols carved into the pews. At her bedchamber, she locked the door, but it no longer mattered. The mask was there. On the pillow, she picked it up. It felt warm, felt like it was breathing. She saw herself in the mirror face, pale, eyes ringed with sleeplessness. Then, slowly, she lifted the mask and placed it over her face. And for the first time in days, the house went still. No more letters, no more footsteps, only silence. When the townspeople came days later, they found the palazzo locked tight, not abandoned lit, alive but empty. No bodies, no blood, only mirrors, dozens of them in every room. And in each mirror, a reflection of a woman in red lace, smiling